Hey guys, hey, check it out. We're on YouTube.
Hey guys.
Hey, do you hear that? A shout out and a shout out from the kayak. Now, you guys, I'm gonna hide this and I'm gonna go today. Whoops, wrong picture. Hey, this is our first try at this. By the way, I forgot to tell you this is part two of our op art design. Part two, take one, action. All right, good. Tony didn't do it, but that's okay. Nakai did. Hey, you guys, right here, you guys can see it on the big screen. I'll get out of the way. I want everybody at home to be able to hear about our artist of the week. And today's fact of the day is that in 1980, Ansel Adams was presented with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor awarded to a civilian. And that was in honor of his efforts in environmental causes. Remember, I told you yesterday he was trying to protect places like Yosemite by getting the government to create a national, forest or to protect it. Do you guys remember that? Hey, I didn't get anybody to nod. It's almost like I'm here by myself. Now, you guys, they know we're live on TV, so I'll pretend. Yeah, you're right. Does anybody remember another artist recently that won the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Small.
An artist of the week.
Oh.
It's just me. I'm going to say 3 weeks ago.
I don't know now. I assume.
That's right. Norman Rockwell. He did. You guys, you were right about that. Did you hear that? I knew that Sarah knew that. She's at home. Sarah's listening. You guys were right. Norman Rockwell that was a fact of the day. Probably, what do you think, 2, 3 weeks ago?
Maybe.
We had Norman Rockwell after Andrew Wyeth. I can't remember. I can't remember the order of them sometimes. Now, you guys, for the quote, by the way, the picture that I'm showing on the screen is Ansel Adams receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Jimmy Carter, was the president in 1980. Okay? Let me show you another picture, because this, for our quote of the day, and sorry, you guys, I'm wearing my mask on YouTube because of COVID. Hey, picture this. Now, you guys, for this quote of the day, think about this, because this goes into a whole other picture. Here's the quote. When words become unclear, I shall focus with photographs. When images become inadequate, I shall. I'm sorry. Let me start. Cut, redo. Okay, I'm just redoing that part. Keep it rolling. Okay, when words become unclear, I shall focus with photographs. When images become inadequate, I shall be content with silence. Cut. You're supposed to be silent after I say that. All right, keep rolling. Okay. Remember, silent right after. When words become unclear, I shall focus with photographs. When images become inadequate, I shall be content with silence. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, now imagine Ansel Adams. This is a photo of Ansel Adams climbing up to. You guys, I just lost my train of thought. You guys, the boys are distracting, by the way. This is a photograph when Ansel Adams was younger than the picture you just saw, and he's climbing up to Half Dome, where he took a picture. Now, picture this. He climbs up to a place called the diving board. I may have shown you a picture of diving board yesterday, but if not, Tony's just blurting stuff out without raising his hand, you guys. I might have to put him in timeout. Now, you guys, this photo is not Ansel Adams. This is a modern photograph of somebody on diving board. Now, here's the thing. When Ansel Adams was 25 years old, he climbed up to diving board, which is this area right here, right next. Boys.
Sorry.
He climbed up to the diving board right next to Half Dome. He was on his last image. You know, on those cameras, they didn't have like a roll of film in it. You just had a slide that fit in for the negative. You took the picture. He was on his last one, his last image. And he had been using a filter called a number 2 filter, I believe. It's a little bit yellow. But on his last one, he put in a number 6, really dark red filter. And this would go in the lens. You know, nowadays with your phones, iPhones and stuff, you have a filter that you can do after you take the picture. Back then, you had to put the filter on when you took the picture. And then you didn't know what came out of it until you took it home and developed it. Right? It would have just you would have just been guessing. Of course, if you're experienced like Ansel Adams, you'd have an idea of what you're going for when you put that dark red filter in. But when he did it, this was before he became famous. This image helped him become famous. And what it was called, what did I say? He was 25 years old. He took this in April of 1927. Here's the picture of the monolith Half Dome. And right there it is. And because he put that dark red filter on, it turned the sky black. You know, put really high contrast on the photo, made the whites whiter, the darks darker, and maybe a few less middle tones, right? Now here, before I answer Tony's question, he's being very patient. I wanted to show you something else, Tony, and everybody else out there. Let's go to Google Earth. Right here. By the way, we're still in Yosemite just like yesterday, but this time I'm going to go to the diving board, and here, if we click on, whoop, hey, this screen's in the way. I can't click on the little yellow guy. You guys know how to move on these screens?
No.
How am I going to do this? Oh, wait, I know what to do. That didn't work.
Right click.
Let's move this. Whoa.
Right click.
Right click.
Yeah. And then read it. You can see. There should be one.
Coltino, what are you doing up?
Oh, my son.
You guys? Oh, there we go. I moved it. I just moved myself. Hey, I'll move myself up here. Click this. I'll move back down. All right, right now, you guys, here's where Ansel Adams climbed to on that picture I just showed you. And if you'll notice, right next to it is Half Dome, which we've seen larger pictures of or wider pictures of. Anyway, let's zoom in on that little blue dot. Where'd it go? There it is. And right here. Now, you guys remember last year, I loved to do this with Georgia O'Keeffe photos. I love to find out where they either painted it or in this case, took the photo. Now, imagine here, I think that in this photo, I'm very close when I went to Google Earth right there. I think that maybe he's just a little bit further out. What do you think? But I think I found it. Oh, not that, this. Okay. So that was my goal here today, was to find near, you know, on Google Earth, you only have the pictures of where somebody took a 360. Now, if someday I go there, I have a 360 camera. I don't have one, but if I had one, I'll take a picture right from where I think that was taken. Now, for Tony's question.
The diving board, is there water under it? Or
Great question. Let's look. Tony, this is the perfect time to ask that question. Let's look down.
Oh, you're dead.
I think if you're going to hit the water,
You'd still die.
it's going to be way over here. Yeah, and you can see the ledge here.
Could you theoretically run and jump?
Hey,
Try and glide?
if you had a glider, a parachute, I don't know if it's like Fortnite or anything, but in real life, you probably don't want to do that.
I think you die from the impact no matter what you had.
Yeah.
Unless you had a parachute.
Or a heart attack before you hit. I don't know. One or the other. It might,
Not that bad.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe they are.
Here's the thing, you guys. I've seen pictures of this, and I can picture this myself. There's people like that one guy we looked at that just walked right out on there. I don't think like right here in Indiana, standing here on this ground, I don't feel like I'm afraid of heights. But if I got right up there on that diving board, I might have to crawl out there. You know, it might change my view of how scared of heights I am. So think about that. Hey, next thing on our mind is our picture. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to this. Hey, look how far we got today. Hey there, look at that, it's autofocus. It's so nice. This is how far we got today. Now, you guys, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go over there. Look how I use my other hand. I'm going this way to our drawing table, and I'm gonna turn on the light. So I don't know how this will affect you guys, or the camera, or the microphone. Hopefully, the people at home can still hear us. Now, you guys, I need to pass out. Our papers. Oh, Elena, you gonna pass out our papers? Hey, we have a volunteer. You guys at home, remember this is kind of where we're going with this. This is where I got today in my other classes. And this, what hour is this? 4th? This is where we are right now. Okay? So, you guys be patient while we pass out some papers. I realize that this video is a little longer than usual. And you might hear some pencil sharpening because this is the time to get your pencil ready. If you don't have a pencil, I have one up here. Also, tomorrow, if we get to the shading portion by tomorrow, I'll be giving everybody one of these dark ebony pencils for the shading portion. I'll talk about the lines in a minute when we get to this. Okay. All right, now you guys, while you wait for us to get on the same page, maybe you guys at home could get your pencil ready and look. Let's look at Jacob's. Hey, is Jacob not here? Where's Jacob? Hey, there's Jacob. Jacob, yours was on YouTube. All right, Jacob's was on YouTube. Hey, great question. People at home. Yes, at this stage, you could probably still restart. You could, but hey, don't everybody restart. What?
No, look at mine. Look how bad this is.
You guys, they look beautiful.
I'm going to continue this, but I'm just going to have to paper so we'll
Okay. All right. Now, the show must go on. Remember. Okay. Very nice, Coltino. Now, yeah. Hey, now you guys, is everybody about ready? All right. Got another pencil sharpening. Hey, we're doing great. Remember, we're live on the air. Okay. It's not really live. I just say that. Okay, good. Okay. Now, you guys, I think my pencil's sharp enough for this. We'll see. I have been wearing down my pencil. We'll really be wearing down these shading pencils for the future. Tomorrow. Hey, by the way, thinking of the big picture, if we start shading tomorrow, We'll probably be shading Friday. Hey, Tony Coltino, we'll probably also be working on this after spring break, finishing up the shading. Now, I want to show you the original worksheet and talk about step 3 here, because that's where we're at. I'm right here at step 2. Boys, around here. Step 3, keep adding curved lines from dot to dot, making larger curves. Add curved lines until the page is full. And then it says right here, a little special note with an asterisk, straight lines will make it look flat, not 3D. So you guys, just like our finished picture here, the idea is that it looks curved, not only because of the shading that we do when we add our value, but also we curve the lines in that same way. Coltino's got a sharpness pencil, so let's give him a moment. Good thing people at home couldn't see me. SMH. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Okay. Now, okay, you guys. I'm going to start here. Hey, by the way, if I refer to these like yesterday, like little leaves or petals, I'm going to add to each side of it at least once or twice, like this and like this. Hey, oh, whoa. Erase. Hey, let me tell you something that helps me keep it neat. I forgot I'm on TV. I got to keep this neat. I'm going to spin my paper. And because I'm left-handed, I'm going to attack this from the left side. Which that was not the neatest line to begin with. But just so you guys know, we will be going over this with our dark shading pencils. So if everything's not perfect, I'll neaten that stuff up in the future. Okay? Now, you see I've added, I'm thinking of this negative space. It's like a little triangle. See all these little negative space triangles? I'm filling those up with lines, basically. If you can think of it in positive space and negative space. This triangle is a negative space. Now here I've got a couple lines filling, mimicking the petal from here, the petal from here, the petal from here. Once I get to some certain spot after I put a couple lines, then usually I'll just start adding some lines that follow along one of those curves and just fill the rest of the spot in. Okay? For instance, let's do this one right here next to it. I'm going to spin my paper so I can do this neatly. I'll put one here. And again, I'm thinking of it as a triangle. And I'll kind of evenly do each side, maybe once or twice, depending. You had the choice yesterday of 7 to 15 dots. If I did 15 dots, my area here might be a little smaller. If I did 7 dots, it might be a little larger. So there's a lot of variations. Okay? Now, some point now that I've shrunk this little negative space into this little triangle, now I want to think about, do I want to continue it this way or this way? It's up to you. I try and change it up each time. And so far today, and we'll do a little show and tell near the end and see what you guys came up with. If they don't look exactly like mine, that's okay. As long as they're curved lines, and there's a lot of lines, when we add value, we can make these look 3D. Okay? Now, the ones going off the page, same thing. I just got to kind of figure out, once I get that triangle small enough, fill in some lines. Okay? Now, don't worry. Because I'm doing this so often, if you lose your place, Bless you. Oh, wait. Bless you. Hey, I was thinking about this last period, you guys. In our brain break, we've been watching Bob Ross season 1, episode 1. And you wouldn't believe it, but during his first season, there's a lot of background sounds, which reminded me of, the boys sometimes back there. You know what Bob Ross could do? What he did? It's like he didn't even notice it. That's something I got to practice for the future.
Or you just like throw it in the hallway.
But he didn't. Bob Ross, there'd be like some crashing sounds going on behind him, and he just kept on going. So, hey, that might just be something I need to work on. Now, again, I've closed up this little negative space triangle. Now I'll figure out where I want to close in some lines right here. Hey, somebody mentioned it earlier that it's a little bit hypnotic. That's kind of the goal of op art. Okay?
I know nobody.
It kind of messes with your eyes a little bit, and when we start adding value, that'll get even better. Okay? So, at this point, and we have to think about time as usual. You see, I haven't done very much, just this corner. And for this class, we only have about 15, 17 minutes. So let's see how far we get. If I get all the way done, great. If I don't worry. We can always finish up tomorrow. So far today, I've gotten done with all the classes, but this is the first class I have taped. Sometimes that takes a little longer. Okay. I'm going to continue this curve this way. Now you'll notice when we start shading that these curves that go back behind, I try and make it look like they're back behind there, So again, we'll talk more about that tomorrow and the next day, but and we'll have some dark shading pencils to blend with. And I kind of turn my paper each time. It helps me keep it neat if I'm always going from the same arcing position. And in my case, it's always from the left. Right? Hey, another thing I wrote down. Does anybody need me to do this in slow mo mode? Slow mo mode? No? There we go. Did you hear the robot? Some of you guys might not have heard the robot sound in the background. We have a student that sounds like a robot. Now, you guys, in a way, this is probably a lost art. I don't know how many of you guys doodle, but when I was younger, our telephones were attached to the wall. And typically, our phone book was covered with doodles. We would sit and doodle while you're sitting there on the phone. So is it a lost art? Maybe. Okay, can you see this coming along? I'm not a third of the way yet, but I'm getting close. I'll take a quick second break when we get halfway. Okay. I think I'm going to go this direction this time. Hey, does anybody have any questions? No questions out there? Everybody's doing great?
Mr. Harrison, have you had any problems with Jamal?
No.
What about Lamar?
No?
Not even John Queefies?
No. No problems. No problems that I could think of.
You know what?
Jamal's great in this class.
Same with Lamar and John Queefies?
I'd have to check my notes. Hey, sometimes, oh, now you guys, you can see this background starting to build up. I'm going to go ahead and continue these lines right here. Boys, don't forget we're live.
Sorry, I forgot.
We're rolling right now. Now, sometimes I try and switch up the background. I got to admit, I could be a little bit more methodical. But you just never know what you're going to get. Hey, I'm pretty close to halfway now at this point, and we still have plenty of time. I think I can easily get to the point where we are ready to shade tomorrow. Now, you guys that are following along at home, this video will be out today. Our first shading video will be out tomorrow. We'll see how far we get on shading. I have a feeling, and it usually takes me longer to shade than it does to draw lines. Okay. Here we go. Over halfway done here. And I'm just continuing with my pattern. Now, if I could get done with this in 5 minutes, we'll do a little show and tell of some students that are in class right now.
You just show us your class plan.
Give me,
That will be the best one.
yes, that's fantastic. And we'll talk about that. We'll show Abby's in a minute. After, hey, boys. Hey, after I get to the finishing point. Again, I could do that in about 5 minutes here. Let's just see how it goes. Now, one thing, if you're not at the same speed as myself, that's okay. This is the 4th time I've done this today, and probably the 100th time I've done this over 20 years. I don't know. I wasn't counting. I was counting the 4th time today because this is 4th period. But and like I talked about yesterday, throughout the day, there's little things as I'm doing it, I think, oh, next time I'm going to do this different, or the next time I'm going to be a little neater. By the time 7th period hits, maybe it'll be really neat. We'll see. In the end, I'll be able to show all of them, and we'll see what they all look like. Bless you. We have a lot of sneezes today. All right, you guys, I'm getting closer. We're getting close to show and tell. Hey, so let me ask you this. What do you guys think of showing the artist of the week on our video? Worth it or not? All right, no negative publicity. That's good. So tomorrow I'll have more information about Ansel Adams for the people at home. Also, tomorrow we'll review our vocab words. No, we're going to wait on Drawlies since we played it on Monday. We'll wait till we get back from spring break for Drawlies. Because, hey, by the way, you guys, right here, I feel like I should have added another line. Sometimes I'll go back and fix it. Okay, sometimes. Now you can see it is slowly building up to be quite a lot of lines. Let's go this direction to finish this line or this group up. And then we'll get over here to this one. And I'll go this direction to finish this line up. And we're still doing great on time. We have at least 7 minutes. All right, here we go. I'm down to the last few negative space triangles. Now, one thing you want to be careful of when you get near the end is not to start rushing through it. Remember, it's not a race. It's never a race. I've seen too many times on my own pictures where I get near the end and I can tell that I was getting in a hurry trying to finish up, especially when it's something that's a little bit monotonous or mundane or lines over and over and over and over. If I want it to look nice, I've got to keep the pace, all right? I'm going to finish the game, as they say. Not going to give up, not going to surrender. Okay. Just about 2 more little half negative spaces to go here. Right here. A couple little lines going this way. Right here. And here. And a couple little lines going this way. And now I have filled in the whole page. Now you'll see that we're going to go from that to this by adding value, okay, which is what we'll be doing the next few days. So far we've gone through on our worksheet step 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're ready for step 4 starting tomorrow. Now, does anybody want to do a quick show and tell? I can show yours to the people in YouTube land. Okay. Okay. All right. We have names on them.
You can just join our clan so I can raise you.
Hey, oh, we're still live, boys. We're live on the air. We're live on TV. Okay, now check this out. You guys, first off, I've got two students work here. This one's Molly Arts. You can see she's very close to being done, and this looks fantastic. Look at that. It's going to be great. Just think of how these are going to look when they're shaded in and all hanging in the hallway for everybody to see. Hey, look at this one by Elaine. I think it goes this way. Look at that. Again, another beautiful job. And these are going to look great. They look perfect. You guys, okay? Now, any others? Okay, we've only got about 3 minutes left, so you guys, I do need to sign off real quick. Let me get Molly's hers back and Elaine hers back. They probably can't hear me from way over here. Hey, you guys, hopefully you were able to hear me. Hopefully this video turned out nice. If there's no sound, well, hopefully there's sound. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the little bell. Uh-oh. You guys? Oh yeah, we are recording. I was looking at this button thinking, uh-oh, we're not recording. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you on the flip side. See ya.